Hey, welcome back. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the light. Okay, so now everything's a little bit brighter than it was. It probably doesn't matter that much. And my chair, I'll just keep popping down because I'm too fat now. And it's been too long for this chair. That's cool. I forgot I had a little thing where I did the kind of a green screen. I had the green screen chair thing, and I used that for a little while. But right now, of course, I'm not doing that. Right now, I'm just have this little thing in here. So I don't have to set up the green screen thingy all the time. Anyways, I'm actually going to be working on code, but I hope maybe to be able to get back to that. Now, um, scene reloads. Okay, let's fill this out. Scene reload, save scene, and no errors, right? Okay, and then we can do this, and right. Okay, so what was I doing? All right, let's go ahead and close that. Let's go to the script. Uh, and I'm not worried about this right now. Let's go back to layout tool first. Broadcast point, drag start position. For room and selected rooms, rect equals room dot get rect. Um, Now I don't know if I removed is dragging rooms. Let's see something here. Five dragging rooms. So I didn't actually remove it, but I did comment it out. Is dragging rooms is false. Is dragging rooms is false. All right, so uh, clicked on selected room panel. Um, okay, so has pointed. Okay, so this is in the event press. So this is when we press down that it happens just once, which is fine. So that means that okay, so clicked on selected room panel. And let's put a couple of stars here like this. I'm just gonna make it super obvious that this has happened because I just want to make sure. Print print. Okay. Now we're just going to run it, and I'm going to see it work first. Make sure this is up in here. All right. There we go. Clicked on selected room panel. Clicked on selected room panel. Okay, so that's the first thing. So now I'm going to set, I'm going to go ahead and set is dragging to true, and we are going to break out of the loop. Is dragging rooms equals true. Break. Okay. Now, what I want to do here is now I want to go, I guess I want to go to physics process. Now we'll just uncomment this because these are just printing. There's dragging rooms. Now all I should see is I should say is dragging rooms is not dragging rooms. And we'll put a little star here. And we'll put a star here. Oop. Put a star here and here. And do I want to... Okay, I'll just leave it like that. I don't want too many print statements. And we're going to go ahead and run that. Not dragging rooms, right? And then... Right? Not dragging rooms. However, now I am dragging rooms. Not dragging rooms. Okay. All right. So here is the thing. I'm not sure if this is going to work right. We'll leave this here, I guess. We'll go if we're gonna do is editor hint or whatever that is. I always forget the actual thing here. And let's go to where's it at? There's like a ton of them in here, so it should be in here. So I only want this to happen in the scene. Is editor hint. There we go. Okay. And we are going to do this, we're going to do this like this. Engine is editor hint, return. We don't want this, oh, okay. We don't want this to execute in the editor. So just making sure. Okay. That way it should still do everything like it's supposed to. Okay. So so if we move everything down here, only if not dragging rooms, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and tab to indent. So now it's underneath this else statement. and we're going to try to run it again, and we're going to see if the selection kind of messes up, or if it just works like normal, like it's not supposed to, or whatever. Because it should only work if you're not already dragging, and it should let up when you let up on the mouse. So uh, it should do that. And if it's doing that, that means nothing happens if you're already clicked on something and you're moving it, because it's dragging the rooms around. However, once you let up, it should release it. In fact, I have the thing there that resets it to false, and then you can do the thing again. So let's try it, and keep your fingers crossed. Okay, like that. Okay, so far so good. Now the only thing is I don't want to clear the selections uh, when you're letting up. If that's gonna be kind of hard though, because it's gonna still do stuff. Is dragging, is not dragging. Um, so let's see for a second here. That's actually working correctly, but it's acting normally because when you let up, it acts normally, and so you've released it, um, and that's in here. Dragging rooms is false. Is dragging is false. Um, so the question is, I don't want it to remove anything if. Let's see here. Control Shift Control Mod. Add and remove rooms. I don't really want it clearing anything. So I think here, I'm actually going to. All right, I'm going to pull up Claude here, and I have to pull it back up here. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just doing this so that I can still put these in here. Like that. And this I'm just moving super slowly on purpose because they're only 5 to 8 minutes a piece, and they'll end too quick, and so quarter of the time, it means this will take 20 something minutes, and anyways, it's not important right now. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna shrink this down a little bit, and what we're gonna do is here, this down a little bit. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and enlarge this a little bit. Okay. All right. Select all. Copy. Let's go back to the thing here. Okay, now I'm back to my layout. My layout tool, and I want to paste some of the code as it looks right now. So here's layout tool.gd. Enter. And actually, let's go ahead and size this a little bit so that, yeah, that'll be all right. Control V, Okay, let's go ahead. Now the T-scene stuff is fixed, and I must have forgotten to mention that I got the T-scene stuff working like I wanted it, so all is well. Apologies. But yes, layout tool.gd, because that's what I'm working on, and it's actually working like it's supposed to currently. Okay. Is dragging rooms being said Fix knows when you're dragging rooms versus doing box selection, now you're ready for the next step, actually moving? Not just yet, because I need to be able to make sure it doesn't modify anything when I release the mouse button. I think I know how to do it, but wanted to run it by you first. Hey Rook, welcome to the stream. Let's see if I can switch back to here so I can see who's in here. Only 3 people. Thank you, all 3 people, including Rook, for joining me. Wrap the selection logic in a check. Yes. Yes. And check, and event pressed. Selection logic if we aren't dragging rooms. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. And thanks for actually using my formatting without asking you to. But I'm wondering if the rooms to select that clear should also be in the checked block, because I don't necessarily want it to clear that. Unless unless I'm making a box selection. But I'm asking, I'm not saying that I know for sure that would work correctly. As populator and dragging I release, to update the selected rooms, then you need to clear the rooms to select so it's empty for the next box selection. When dragging rooms might still get populated, the selection box overlaps rooms during drag because your physics process is still running that code. On release, you skip all the selection. So I think, yes, it should be inside the check, because when dragging rooms, you don't want stray entries in the rooms to select from accidental overlaps. It's only relevant during box selection operations. Clearing it outside the check won't hurt, but it's cleaner to keep it within the selection logic. So, yes. Okay, that seems like it should work. So I will try it. And give me a moment or two to reply. Actually, it doesn't need to give me a moment. It can just sit there. It doesn't have a problem. But I always figure, like, you know, I'm just telling it that not to worry about anything. Maybe I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. I'm treating it like a human, though, more or less, I guess. Um, okay, so let's go back into the script here, and this is correct. So the dragging logic, if is not dragging, if not is dragging rooms. Okay. Um, quit doing that stupid thing. Okay. Um, right after the input event. Right. Put. Oh. Not press. Right when you let up on it. That's right. That's right. What am I thinking? If not event pressed, if it's released. Okay. Go down here. And not event pressed. Okay. If not is dragging rooms, it actually automatically was able to was to use my formatting. I didn't even have to ask it, which is cool. Okay, and then we just want to tab this in, and in here I just want to do this rooms. So this is all the selection logic. I might should actually break these out into. There we go. Don't do any selection logic if you're no. If you're dragging rooms. Okay, so all I have to do, nothing left to do but to do it. Nothing but to do it, then to get to it, do it, get to it, true it. Okay, let's start. See if it does anything weird, which it might do. Okay. It's dragging. Go. Nothing happened. Click. Okay, so I still have a thing, and that's because it did not clear it. Well, yeah, that's working, except Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so it almost works. Hmm. It almost works correctly. I can select or not select. Um, the only thing it doesn't do is if I click on is if I gone and have already selected item, it doesn't automatically. Wait a second. Is it working like it's supposed to be? And let's do something here. I don't know if I can do that. What if I put a pass here? No, that's not gonna work. I think it's working correctly, but there's a bit of an issue. No, no, no. If I do more than one, right? So if I, oop, not that. If I do, oh, here, let's look on part 23 here. Leave that. And, uh, wait a second. Wait. Hold on a second. Right, let's run it. That's right. If I do this, I can do that. I can do that. Okay. It's almost working correctly. However, if I click on an already selected, if I click on an already selected panel, it does not clear out the selected rooms. That might be because of including the rooms to select clear in that block. However, it might be that if I remove it then it might deselect stuff. Not sure. Let me try that first, and then see if we can fix it. If this still doesn't work, there's still one thing I could do, and that's to make sure um, to check the selection box. Okay, well, I'm just gonna move that. I'm gonna move it back outside just to see what happens, and then if it doesn't work right, which typically what happens is that it doesn't work right. Okay, and we'll just put this right back outside. We'll just Control S. We'll go ahead and it should just do what it did. In other words, it will deselect. Huh. Okay. This didn't work. Why didn't that work? I mean, why did that not affect it? Clear. Okay. That did not seem to affect anything. Still isn't registering. Click. I'll have to read over my source again. Because it's almost certainly because of the check. But then I need to find out you selected on a click on selected room. It's dragging is set immediately to true. Mouse press. You release without moving or minimal movement on mouse release. Not as dragging rooms is false, so all the selection logic is skipped. Nothing changes. You need to differentiate between clicked on a selected room versus actually dragged the room. Only set is dragging rooms to true once the mouse is actually moved in a certain threshold distance. If you just click release without moving, treat it as a normal selection click. Okay. Okay, let me go through my source code first. Okay, well, I basically increased the size so that anybody that was watching could actually read the code here. Okay, so this is not letting it do any of the selection logic. And when do we set is dragging to true? I set it up here. Does that mean I need a previous? Let's think for a second. Do I have? I think it's still in here. Do I have the Let's see here. Set up visuals. I still need to figure out how to set up the replay record thing, and then be able to use it effectively. And I guess I'll have to do that on a week on a week boundary or whatever, on like when I have the whatever the next week is off. Um, room clipped. Okay, that's right. Where's clipped? Okay, let's find on room clipped. Okay, so at least we got that, and we probably have. Hmm, we don't automatically just by clicking on a room. We don't want to. We don't want to clear. Hmm. Not. I have to think for a second. If not, okay. At least I know I have a thing there that I can use if I need to use it. Is dragging rooms. What is dragging rooms? The thing is we need is dragging rooms on the drag. If not, is dragging rooms. is dragging rooms is true. Maybe it's the threshold there, right? So when I hit the point, is dragging rooms is true. That is when I selected something, and is dragging rooms is true. I'm not sure. The threshold thing isn't. How do I say it? I'm controlling is dragging rooms from here. I'm not controlling is dragging rooms from. Maybe that's the point, though. Maybe I have to do this. Okay, all it's doing is it's gonna check it. Update selection box down here, don't I? We update selection box down here. So updating selection box does not happen up here. Let me see what Claude said here. Oh, maybe I should do it on the. Oh, that makes sense. Maybe. Maybe that shouldn't go into physics. Physics. Physics process. Where is, oh, maybe that shouldn't go into physics progress. Maybe that should go into input mouse movement, because I can detect I mean, I don't know, strictly speaking, it could go into physics process. It's more sense, that way you can check is mouse moving, is dragging true, mouse button down. Do we initially check on a selected room, check the flag or rect, has the mouse moved past the threshold? If is dragging and not is dragging rooms, distance equals drag start position to get distance to. I don't know if I can do distance to, but we'll see that if it's in there. Might work. Would be this. Copy. Like I said, I don't know if that is in there, but okay, so let's go into input mouse motion here. And let's go ahead and do, let's go ahead and put, it's okay, we'll set the drag threshold. Okay, we'll add it. Um, I guess I'll just put this up above here. It'll refire every time, but oh. Wait. Okay, now let's go to, okay, actually I have to actually wrap this other code here. Up here. I have to actually wrap, Control C, Control K, and we'll go back down to here to this part. Be like that. And we're going to tab, tab, tab. Doesn't mean it'll work. I just need to see if those are in here and see if it acts correctly. It totally might not. You know how things go. So your guess is as good as mine. But drag ended. Ha 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 ha. Hee 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 hee. It seems to be working now. Good going, Claude. Apparently, it's working like it's supposed to now. Would be offset get mouse position, drag start position for next frame. We'll implement that. The drag start was always updates with a mouse down. I need to update. Current position. That is correct. And actually, let's just go ahead and copy the whole thing. I mean, that's what we're doing anyway. So let's, okay, so we'll go into this and go ahead and do that. Do that. Now it's going to be weird because we don't need this first off. And then this goes in here. That way, offset equals current minus drag. And we'll see if it works. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And we'll also have to probably update. Well, we'll see. Okay. Okay, yeah. Uh, I didn't really read the code before I pasted it in. I know it's the problem here. Offset, okay. Room position. Um, equals position plus offset. That's that simple. At least it shouldn't error even if it doesn't work correctly. Whoa, whoa. Okay, that's ridiculous. Whoa, it continues. I see, it continues adding the offset on it. Okay, let's. We're getting close here. We're getting close. Yes, it will probably save the position, so they'll be out of whack. But that's okay. We'll get it. We'll fix it. Um, Yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe I should mindset, or that's not. So it gets a new offset each time. Offset changes because the current position changes. Yeah, but what's it doing? What's causing it? Is it just because I keep adding it to the offset? Oh, I gotta ask him what's going on. I know I'm relying on it too much, but okay. But wait, you'll need to sort each room's initial position when the drag starts on mouse press, so you can apply the offset relative to where they started, not their current position. Um, you're you're right in the way that it keeps increasing the offset based on current position. However, drag, start, pause not only is calculated when you press the mouse button. You're saying drag start is set once a mouse press and stays fixed during the entire drag. But the issue is if you do room position plus equals offset every frame, you're adding the offset repeatedly, which causes the rooms to fly away. What you need is either option one, store initial positions when the drag starts, then set absolute position. Update drag start position each frame to track the last frame's position. Oh, yeah. Current position minus drag start. Room position plus equals offset. This last mouse position rather than initial click position. The second one seems a bit simpler. Simpler. I'll try that. So it's only moving a little position instead of just. Yes. And then we'll do after the loop here, we'll say start, pause, lose current, pause. And that should mean that should be a little offset each time, I believe. So we'll see. You know how things go. Ah, aha. Aha, check it out. Check it out. It's working. It's working. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Oh, there's something that's not working right. That's okay, that's very weird. Oh, okay. That wasn't weird. It was weird because it was they were still selected. Awesome. Is working like it's supposed to. Okay. Now there is kind of a little issue here, and that isn't the issue. If I click, okay. I need to see if that's the way it handles the editor because it's not an issue. It looks like it's working like it's supposed to, but I always somehow expect that if oh, you know, that's right. Where is did we put a did we put a threshold here? Drag threshold is 5. If we do some ridiculous number like 25, I just want to kind of see how it reacts here, right? I need to get like a ridiculous number here. 250. That's almost half the size of the panel. Shoot, let's just make it 500. So full size of the panel. Um, it might not work at all that ways, but I want to see. Okay, so all right, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so the threshold still just works anyways and allows you to continue to. Yeah, I mean, there's still kind of an issue to me. Let's go in the 2D editor here. And for some reason, it doesn't seem to be saving like it's supposed to. Oh, it's not going to save until I have the code that actually saves the. Okay, so it's only saving the pan and zoom positions. What it's doing. Right. So it restores. That's all right. It's all right if it restores. Because it's not supposed to unless I save it. And honestly, I can actually go ahead and when you move it, I can do the save positions. It'll actually save the metadata, and it'll save the metadata after remove. I'll have it where it does that. So it's not saving the actual data of the room. It just saves it separately, I guess. Like I said, I'll probably have a save button on the thing here. But okay, so let's do the thing here. We're gonna select this. Control Z. Oh, I don't want to select that. I just want to select this. It works. Okay. So the deal is I have a smaller area on here, and so it's still working like it's supposed to. All right. I guess that's all right. Let's save scene. Anyways, I think that's gonna shoot, and that's all my time for today. Reload save scene, sure. What the heck? Oh, all right. There we go. Okay. So I think it's working like it's supposed to now. It's working. That's good. All right. I'll root. I guess I can call it a day. A day I can call it today. Student showcase submissions, gamedev.tv course. You can work on something awesome. Featured on our page. That'd be great if I was using it. Okay, well, I guess that about wraps it up for today. Um, so everything works great now. Um, I'll be able to add the bit of functionality since I already have the code to save. My next bit of functionality has to do with saving rooms. I got the code mostly working, but there's some issues. Something I think I broke where it doesn't clean up the old files when saving new. The existing code is supposed to actually save a new room with the new name, and then when it's done, delete the previous file. And somewhere along the line it got broken, so I need to fix that. And then try to make sure I only save the data for the rooms that changed, so it doesn't save all the rooms at the same time when there hasn't been a change made. Deletes all files. But delete is failing. GTO only save rooms that change. I need to check what rooms. I will, but my time is up for today, so good amount of progress today. Thanks for the help. There was a meme up on YouTube. It's a little comic showing like these Terminators, and they were going to execute somebody, and then one of the other Terminators says to them, "You can't do that." He he said thank you or whatever, and like the idea is that of course they didn't kill him because he had said thank you. ChatGPT said he said thank you or whatever, and so that's what I always kind of think of. Not that I think that anything's gonna like come back on us for not saying thank you or whatever, but it kind of seems like that. Excellent progress today. Room dragging such. I'll debug the deletion issue and set up the dirty flag tracking. Yeah, actually, the dirty flag tracking won't be an issue at all. It's just if and I can also I can also implement it inside the editor. Yeah, that sounds like this is a good idea, actually. Okay, so that about wraps it up for today. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we're gonna get this thing going. I still have to work on the devlog thing though. I can't really. I guess I can't really do it this week. I'll have to do it the week after next. And let's see. I'll be doing some work tomorrow. Wednesday and Thursday, I won't be doing any streams that I know of. And then Friday, I'll do another stream, and then I'll probably be doing a week off after that. And probably during that week, I'm going to set up a lot of the stuff. I'm going to set up the um, what was I just talking about? My brain. Um, oh yeah, set up the recording thing, the replay live replay thing, where you hit a button. It almost it's well no it yeah you hit a button and it will record up to the amount set time that you have in there in OBS, so that I can save things that I just did to disk, and then I can take those clips and edit them later. Um, and then yeah, then I could probably do I don't know. I'll have to review the clips and then maybe do a voiceover at what's going on, and then maybe I'll be able to make a proper devlog maybe. We'll have to see. I need to catch up on those other updates, and I need to update them just like I have been doing. I need to go ahead and I don't know, we're up to 46 or 47 now, so I have like you know not quite 10 of them to work on, and then I'll start scheduling those, and maybe what I'll do is let's look at that for a second here. Um, and honestly, it's 3:32 now. This always happens. I always like I don't want to stop. I have little things I want to say at the end or whatever. I guess I got to learn to just cut it off and just like you know whatever. But okay, so next week or yeah, next week, starting Monday the 24th through Friday the 28th, and not including the weekends. I'd be off on that. So I'd be starting December. So December 1st is my dad's birthday, so I may not be streaming then either, which is quite all right because I'm actually going to hopefully do my devlogs and updates different. I mean, hopefully they'll be different. Um, so like I'll probably be starting December 2nd, you know. But then what I'll do is I'll do a month. In other words, I won't have an update or a devlog um, until January. In fact, it'll be like let's say like a week in January. No, well, I could do it. I don't know if I can do it in a week, but what I could do is I could do 3 weeks on and 1 week off, so it goes by month, like month in monthly segments. In other words, the end of the month, I'll have a I'll have a devlog, and the first 3 weeks of each month is me working. That might work, I think. And then I can release one devlog or one update per month, which is not a lot, but if I do this new way, and since I think phase one is moving quicker. I mean, even though I've been kind of wasting some time, it's still moving quicker, I think. And I should have I definitely won't get phase one done um, by the end of November because I'll be taking that last week off for certain, and 2 days here. But even so, um, so I okay, so we're gonna set a tentative deadline for phase one to be the end of December. I don't know if that's enough time. It might not be enough time at all because I still have to, after getting this all ready and put back into smallish pages where it's the whole story, and then I have to start adding in decision points like I was doing kind of, and not in the way I'm doing it. You know, I'll do it visually. I'll start brainstorming. I'll actually write stuff on using my tablet and whatever, and we'll actually have stuff to look at while I'm doing this boring stuff. But we're gonna attempt to get at least first pass. We'll say first pass of phase one done. First pass means right now the way it is, it's set up as an event. It's not set up as a storybook. You're not like reading each page as a story or a narrative. We'll have a narrative pass, but we will we will leave that off of the deadline to make sure that I make this deadline. And so that way, when we start in January, I'll be doing a narrative pass on phase one, and we'll see. I don't know how long that will take, but we'll see how long it takes. Um, so that will actually be in January. So if 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 nothing goes wrong, and if I actually start really working hard, um, I would say that phase one will be completely done by the end of January, and I'll actually have it up on like itch.io so you can like read through it. It probably will be fairly short, partly because I'm combining a bunch of the pages, so a lot of the games and puzzles and stuff won't be in there yet. And as I do the phases, I will be expanding, so I'll be putting more decision points. Um, and so it'll end up in a sense kind of being longer, right? And then it should be of a sufficient length by the time I get to the full text parser, you know, fully interactive version, I should say. Be about halfway through before I actually start adding audiovisual stuff. I'll add an earlier phase and stuff, but anyways, that's not important. I want to say thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow, and we'll see how much more we can get done with the combination stuff and all that. So yeah, thanks. Thank you for watching part one, two. Thank you for watching part two. See you tomorrow.